Hi guys, welcome back to Wigs with Steph. I'm Steph. Today we're going to be going over some truths about wigs that people don't talk about and maybe you don't know. Wigs can get hot. Hi puppy. Wigs can get really hot, and I find this to be true, especially because I live in the city of Toronto. So in the summertime, it gets really humid. You sweat a lot. Like as soon as you step outside, you're gonna be drenched in sweat. That's just the reality of living here. So because I wear wigs religiously, it's always something that I really do have to keep in mind. And especially because right now I'm pregnant, I'm 24 weeks, and I run a little extra hot nowadays. So if this is you and you typically run a little hot, maybe try wigs with lower density, as low density as possible. What that means is just a wig that doesn't have, too much hair. This one that I'm wearing right now, it's actually the cheapest wig I own. I got it off of Amazon. It's comfortable because it's not too tight on my head and it is wefted, which allows a lot of airflow. So if I was to wear this wig out in summer, it would be okay. I might find it a little hotter than spending a little more money on like one of the more reputable brands like, Ellen Villa or John Renault or Raquel Welch, and maybe opting for a wig that's a hand-tied cap. Hand-tied caps I typically find to not be so hot on my head, and I tend to like them a little more when I wear them outside in the summertime. So like I was saying, you kind of want a low density wig if you're worried about getting too hot. This one here, the Amazon one, it doesn't have too much hair, which I like this is all of the hair brought to the front, and it's good, it's fine, but I still find the cap to be a little hot in the summer. And it's because, I did not spend a lot of money on this wig. The cap isn't made with a lot of quality, especially if you're opting for a wig that has a lot of hair, like maybe it's a human hair wig or something like that. You're definitely gonna wanna go for a cap that is probably hand tied or wefted, but with no permatease. So that's the other thing I wanted to mention. Permatease are also really hot. So I brought a wig out, from my closet just to show you, but this is a wig that I have. I actually altered her myself and put some bangs on her. Her lace was fraying and I needed to get rid of it and cover it up, and I wanted to cut bangs. So if you want to learn how to do that, I will put the link to this video down in the description. I actually show you how I cut bangs and it turned out really good. It looked really good. This is the type of cap that has permatease. Now, do you know what permatease are? It's these little tiny, I would call them like little hairs almost, or little fibers, because this is a synthetic wig. Little fibers that add extra bulk to the wig, and what it's really good for is giving volume. So like this wig, if I needed it to, I could get a lot of volume in here just by getting my fingers in there and pushing it up, that kind of thing. So permatease are great for that reason, but they get really hot because it does just add bulk, and it stays in between the wefts. So when the air is trying to get through, it kind of for a visual, it kind of smacks into that and doesn't touch your head. So your head does get really hot with permatease. If you're somebody who has a really hot head, avoid permatease and try to get a low density wig. That would be my recommendation. Another thing is that wigs can be itchy, and what I find is that my head is really sensitive. So especially if I'm wearing a wefted wig for a long period of time, like an 8-hour day or 12-hour day, my head gets itchy. This wig I have with me is a wefted wig. So you see all of these wefts. This can get a little itchy when it's sitting against your head for a long period of time. Is it torturesome? Do I go crazy? No. But if something's sitting on your head for a long period of time in one spot, then it's just kind of natural that, it would get a little bit itchy. Now, a way to sort of minimize the itch is to get a hand-tied wig, which I also have beside me here. And this is where each strand of hair or fiber, because it's a synthetic wig, is individually hand tied, and therefore it moves more naturally like hair. That's why the price point is a little higher. But I also find these wigs, the hand tied versions, to not be as itchy on my own head. Also, just keep in mind that you're wearing a wig. Again, it's something on your head, and if you're wearing it for a long period of time, you're gonna get a little itchy, but it's not enough to drive people totally crazy. Another thing is both synthetic and human hair wigs do require maintenance and upkeep, but for different reasons and in different ways. So with a human hair wig, it's real human hair. So let's say you have a blonde wig, okay? If you go and you take that wig outside in the summer and the sun hits it, you know, every day, it's likely going to bleach the wig just a little bit. If you have a beautiful color mix going on in your human hair wig that you paid for and you want it to stay that color, it's probably going to take some maintenance. You're probably going to have to add some color to it. Maybe at the end of summer, you're going to find that the color will not stay the same as when you purchased it, especially if you're wearing it every day and it's out in the elements, the sun is on it. The color is going to shift or change. And a lot of people are not aware of this, which is a pro for the synthetic side. I actually made a video all about this if you want to see the differences between the two. Again, I will put links down in the description to find this video, human hair versus synthetic. But that's one of the reasons why I really like synthetic, is that the color you buy it in is the color it's going to stay in. It's never going to shift or alter in color. A human hair wig, it'll lose moisture throughout the day, so you do have to go and put like Moroccan oil or coconut oil or whatever you're opting for. You do have to care for the hair so it remains soft and luxurious with time. With synthetic, no, it's not real hair. It's a plasticky fiber, but you do still have to care for it because you know it is going to tangle. At the nape of the neck especially, you're going to get those tangles where it touches your clothes and maybe rubs a lot. Like in the wintertime, if you're wearing a turtleneck, for example, and let's say you have a long wig, you can bet by the end of the day of you wearing that synthetic wig, the whole nape of your neck is going to be tangled. What I would recommend to get around that is just bring your wide tooth comb with you. Just put it in your bag whenever you go somewhere. That's what I do. And I just take it out throughout the day and just like comb through my synthetic wigs, because that's what's going to keep it looking really nice throughout the day and not let it get super tangly. And then when you get it home, before you either put it away in a box or you put it away on a mannequin head, like in storage, whatever you want to do, I highly suggest you use either a detangling spray and then brush it out, or just really carefully start at the bottom of the fibers, work your way up and brush it out with a wide tooth comb. Don't use fine tooth comb. It'll wreck your wig, especially when it's really tangly. Now, thankfully for myself, because I wear so many synthetic wigs, guys, over time I kind of figured out a way to bring my synthetics back from the dead when they get to the point of like no return, where you're like, this wig is driving me nuts. It's either going in the garbage or I'm gonna refresh it so that I can wear it and actually feel comfortable going outside. Because your wigs will get to the point where they get clumpy together, they get a little matted, they require maintenance. So if you want to see that video I created, how to properly wash your synthetic and then how to put heat back into it so that it becomes smooth again, like brand new and luxurious, links will be down in the description. Here's another truth that maybe some newer wig wearers do not know. Not all wigs require glue or additional measures taken to keep a wig secure to your head. For example, this wig I'm wearing right now, she just comes off. I am not wearing anything underneath her. I can just take her off. I didn't wear a wig grip. I didn't glue her down. I didn't use anything. Depending on the type of wig, depending on if it fits your head, if it's too big, you may not have to use anything at all. You can just put her on your head. Actually, a lot of my wigs, I don't wear anything underneath. Like this one is hand tied. It fits my head perfectly. I have a small circumference. A lot of wigs are too big on me, but wigs that fit me properly, I can just put on my head just like that. She's good to go. And she's gonna look fabulous. She's gonna look amazing. And I can just step outside like this. She's secure. She's not going anywhere. Guys, wigs take practice. Practice when wearing them. Practice your confidence when wearing them. When you get a brand new wig and you take it out of the box, it's not gonna fit your head absolutely perfect. You may have to adjust the back, make sure it's fitting your circumference right. You may have to play around with the hair. You may need to change your part, because sometimes when you get a wig and you plop that wig on your head, it's not gonna look right. And it's not because there's anything weird with you or you got a bad wig. That's not what it is. I don't ever like to say, you know, a wig is good or bad, because you can take a bad wig and you can make it look absolutely beautiful on you. And the trick is really just to get your fingers in there and just to play around with it, because that's the only way you're gonna know if it's gonna be for you or not, right? Because it has nothing to do with you, and usually it has nothing to do with the wig. It's just you're putting two things together. You're putting you, and you're putting a wig on your head. Those things just take practice, especially confidence. Just owning your confidence when wearing wigs, because it's not always an easy thing, especially if you're new. You might be shy to go outside and have a wig on your head because maybe you're used to just wearing your own hair. Like maybe you've worn your own hair for years and years and years, and now all of a sudden, you know, maybe your hair is thinning or something happened to you, or maybe you just want to wear wigs for fun and you're like, I really want to have some bravery, some courage to plop these wigs on my head and go outside and feel comfortable and confident in my own skin. And I'm here to tell you, you can do it. You can absolutely do it. It's just a matter of getting comfortable in your own home first, standing in front of a mirror, manipulating it and just making it feel like yours. I can tell you, I usually wear blonde wigs. So when I took it out for this video, I thought, I don't know if I look that great in it. It's kind of doing some weird like flippy things. But then I just decided it's perfect for this video. It's perfect for my channel because I want people to see me even when I feel like I'm not at my best. You know what I mean? Because we don't always feel like we're at our best, and that's okay. Wigs are addictive. You hear this from so many wig wearers. When they found their very first wig that actually worked for them, they plopped it on their head, it made them feel beautiful and confident, and they went outside and no one noticed it was a wig and everyone complimented them on their hair. It changes the way you feel about yourself. It changes the way people see you too. And then when you receive those compliments, especially when it's a wig and let's say you've been struggling with like hair loss or something, it feels good because when I'm not wearing a wig, I don't get complimented on my hair, not at all, right? And it's like a sore spot. So then when someone compliments me on my hair, I do feel really, really good. People who have suffered hair loss and things like that, and we really felt it when our hair started falling out on our pillow, whatever the reason was, it can create a sort of sore within yourself. And so when you hear a compliment on something about you that previously was a sore, it's like the sore is being patched up. It's like you're healing. And I'm finally at the point, like I've healed so much from wearing these wigs. Like thank goodness for wigs, because now when I take the wigs off, like look, I can do it on camera. I did it for this video multiple times. I was comfortable in my own hair, and that's only because of wigs. I was so uncomfortable in my hair before. And when I first got into wigs, I could not take my wigs off, let alone take it off for other people. There's no way. Even thinking about taking my wigs off in like on a camera for YouTube, there's no way. There's no way I would ever do that. But now look at me. Look at where I am. And it's because of wigs. I can tell you that when I wear wigs, I don't feel like it's a wig. I feel like it's my hair. I do. I bought it. To me, it's the same as someone else who's bought extensions to add to their hair, or someone who went to the salon to dye their hair, or even someone who went to the salon to get their hair cut. It's been altered. Well, this is my hair that's been altered, guys. Today, this is my hair. Tomorrow, this might be my hair. That's the beauty of wigs. And I want to tell you that wigs do change lives. And even with all of these truths, a lot of them annoying and a lot of them, you know, we wish weren't a thing. Like I wish my head didn't get hot under wigs. I wish that, you know, it didn't itch sometimes. I wish that it didn't get tangly. But honestly, my own human hair, when it was long and nice before I wore wigs, it got tangly too. I used to have to go to the salon and upkeep with it too, and maintenance on it too. So wigs really are just another version of your own hair. So think of it like that. It's just an alternative. And even with all of these things listed, would I ever stop wearing wigs? No. Would all of these things ever annoy me enough to never pick up a wig again or never wear a wig again? No. Because they're addictive and because they make you feel good and because they're fun. And I hope this video gives you guys some inspiration. And if you liked it, please hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed and you love wig content, please hit that subscribe button. Please come back here, hang out with me. I got lots of videos planned for us coming up.